the same mindset, in many cases offered by the same people who seem to have no compunction with being repeatedly wrong. Led to a war that did more to strengthen Iran, more to isolate the United States than anything we have done in the decades before or since. It's a mindset out of step with the traditions of American foreign policy, where we exhaust diplomacy before war and debate matters of war and peace in the cold light of truth. Peace is not the absence of conflict, President Reagan once said. It is the ability to cope with conflict by peaceful means.
Did he really say that? Come on.
President Kennedy warned Americans not to see conflict as inevitable, accommodation as impossible, and communication is nothing more than the exchange of threats. It is time to apply such wisdom. The deal before us doesn't bet on Iran changing. It doesn't require trust. It verifies and requires Iran to forsake a nuclear weapon. Just as we struck agreements with the Soviet Union at a time when they were threatening our allies, arming proxies against us, proclaiming their commitment to destroy our way of life, and had nuclear weapons pointed at all of our major cities, a genuine existential threat. You know, we live in a complicated world. A world in which the forces unleashed by human innovation are creating opportunities for our children that were unimaginable for most of human history. It is also a world of persistent threats. A world in which mass violence and cruelty is all too common, and human innovation risks the destruction of all that we hold dear. In this world, the United States of America remains the most powerful nation on earth. And I believe that we will remain such for decades to come. But we are one nation among many. And what separates us from the empires of old, what has made us exceptional, is not the mere fact of our military might. Since World War II, the deadliest war in human history, we have used our power to try to bind nations together in a system of international law. We have led an evolution of those human institutions President Kennedy spoke about to prevent the spread of deadly weapons, to uphold peace and security, and promote human progress. We now have the opportunity to build on that progress. We've built a coalition and held it together through sanctions and negotiations. And now we have before us a solution that prevents Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon without resorting to war. As Americans, we should be proud of this achievement. And as members of Congress reflect on their pending decision, I urge them to set aside political concerns. Shut out the noise. Consider the stakes involved with the vote that you will cast. If Congress kills this deal, we will lose more than just constraints on Iran's nuclear program or the sanctions we have painstakingly built. We will have lost something more precious: America's credibility as a leader of diplomacy, America's credibility as the anchor of the international system.
Although we already lost in 2003.
John F. Kennedy cautioned here more than 50 years ago at this university that the pursuit of peace is not as dramatic as the pursuit of war. But it's so very important. It is surely the pursuit of peace that is most needed in this world so full of strife. My fellow Americans, contact your representatives in Congress. Remind them of who we are. Remind them of what is best in us and what we stand for, so that we can leave behind a world that is more secure and more peaceful for our children. Thank you very much.
And there you have it. That is effectively where fear and politics and the rubber meets the road, so to speak. That is one big sales pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to all of our viewers around the world, here in America as well. I'm Ashley Banfield, the president, wrapping up about a 56-minute...
Zantac heartburn alert.
The Young and the Restless.
Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac.
They delivered right to your phone, which is super great. You just show your wallet to the cashier when you're ready to check out.
Oh, fantastic.
And you're good to go. It really is the best way to stretch your dollars this year. And what's the offer? Sleep on it to ensure your complete satisfaction.
Try the pillow. You'll like it.
I love snuggling up to bed with my pillow.
My pillow has been a godsend for me, and I love it.
Here's breaking news. My pillow is...
Lightning strikes
And again,
heavy downpours.
with pinpoint accuracy.
The threat to New York City is about to 6 o'clock.
With ABC 7NY and the free AccuTrack alert app, the AccuWeather team is there for you right where you are, wherever you are. Stay prepared with meteorologist Lee Goldberg, Bill Evans, Jeff Smith, and Amy Freeze. New York's unbeatable AccuWeather team, only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Of course,
The
public
newsroom, we
TV.
are expecting an update this afternoon on the water problems in New Jersey, all because of that crane accident. We'll have new information on what residents are being told to do. Also, it's easy to open. An RTA was
Oh, wait,
born.
you're talking about
It has some
sunscreen.
last-minute travel tips that can help you save. And we're going to show you the new art exhibit that's bringing new life to some lower Manhattan neighborhoods. Those stories.
No
and
mention of the
program
president's
full-time.
speech.
Tonight, our cameras are rolling as RTA celebrates a first-of-its-kind
Theater at
milestone.
Sing
Tara
Sing.
Rosenblum, News 12.
That's News Westchester.
All right, Tara, thank you for that. And turning now to the race for the White House. The lineup is set for the first Republican
Still talking
debate
about
tomorrow night.
Trump.
And only the top 10 candidates in recent polls are making the primetime cut. Among them, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, controversial...
Oh, yeah.
You know,
13 children's programming.
This and that. Did look at some minerals. Something found in a cave.
MSNBC probably
For this
has
one, and
the
that's it.
president.
I think that he
very
tried
much
to
so.
frame it in a way that he's framed many issues, which is
And the
there are many
government
people
channel?
who oppose this, but here are the reasons why they're
I can
wrong.
only
The problem.
imagine.
That we'd be having with both council member, can you hear me? Council member Torres and council member Vesey is to get an understanding of what priorities that they have going on. Because as low-income residents, the major issue that is going forward for this year is really for affordable housing. But we haven't had a chance to meet with either of those elected officials to get an understanding of where their commitment is towards that particular issue.
You have already met with the other elected officials.
We have.
Agreements between Tehran and the UN inspectors who are going to be enforcing it, the head of the IAEA